So, do you understand these words? Oh, hi guys, welcome back to Studying Freely. You guys, you know that it's nearly the midterm exam.
So I'm quite struggle about chemistry, so I need to learn about that. Overview, so review about that. Therefore, that's the reason why today I
Decided to make this video for you guys. Also help me to practice, to prepare for midterm exam, and also help you guys as a beginner to learn the chemistry with and to build the payments in chemistry. Let's get started. So in this video, I want to share you guys the basements in chemistry. So exactly what is the basement? The basement is in here some words that you have to know in order to learn chemistry easier in high school. So periodic table, matter, in here is physical property and chemical property. So do you understand these words? As an international student, at the first time I come here, I have no idea about these words. That is the reason why I try to ask my teacher to figure out on the computer all about this stuff. And now it's time for me to share with you all the things I have to find out and I have learned from my school to help you to overcome this feeling as me in the first time. So as you can see on the screen in here is the periodic table. So the periodic table which includes all the elements. So in here all the elements and also the information about this element. So in here you can see the table with differences, different colors, different symbol and numbers. So what is this number? The number in here is actually the atomic number. The atomic numbers is also the number of the protons in each element. So as you can see in here, number 1, 3, 11. So they are classified due to the number. So as you can see in here, so you see the different colors, right? The different colors is the different type of elements in here. So you can see this have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 9. So in here you can see the group. We have 18 groups and also 7 periods. So in here the letters in here is the symbol of each element. So each element has the exactly name. But in here I show you the most basic periodic table. So in here it's just the symbol and the atomic number. So in the other videos about the periodic, I will figure out for you guys clearly deeper about the numbers, the symbol, the exactly name, and how to remember it. Because all the Vietnamese students have to remember this table, periodic table, in order to prepare for the exam and prepare for the university. So the next thing in here is the physical properties. The physical properties is the physical side of a substance which is changed during to the temperature, during to the environment, the impact of the attack of people or something like that. For example, the physical properties have two types. The first type is intensive. Intensive, what is that? Intensive in here is actually the something that not related to the amount of this matter. The amount of this matter as the volume or the mass. So in here the intensive is actually density, color, boiling point, and melting point. All four these stuffs is the fixed thing. Why I say the fixed? Because it's not changed. During to the mass or the volume, each change depends on the amount of the matter. So density, color, boiling point, and melting point are not changed. So remember, keep it in mind. And at the first time, I make a mistake in density because I think it will change. Because we also have a formula for this, right? M over V. So it has the formula for this. So I will write down the formula in here. The formula of density is D is density M over V. So as I remember, M is the mass and V is the volume. So it's also have the formula for this, and it's related to the mass as you can see, and related to the volume in here. But exactly, it is fixed. So there's nothing can change the density of this. So this is intensive. The color, bullet boys, men and boys, I hope that you can understand it because there's no change, no formula for this. So in here, the next thing will be, oh my god, what happened with this one? In extensive, the extensive in here, as I said, as mentioned, this is the mass and the volume. So this is related to the amount of a matter. For example, in here, the volume in the mass has the formula. For example, the mass had the formula M equal, and N is the number of mole of an element times capital M. Capital M is capital M is actually the molar number, of a compound of an element or of a mixture, something you need to calculate. Okay, move on. So the next thing will be chemical properties. Oh my god, I'm quite struggling when I talk about this properties because it's quite complicated and it's a little bit harder than physical property, because physical properties is something that they already, like, the information is already given to you, and the chemical properties is something you need to remember, you need to find out. So the first thing is chemical chain. As you can see in here, I will give you a picture of this. Oh, sorry, actually in here. So as you can see, so how they change and the way they comply to each other. So especially chemical properties is the property of a substance that is observed when a substance undergoes a chemical change. And a chemical change in here is a type of change that also change the identity of a substance due to the breakage and formation of new chemical bonds. So you see in here, it's undergo a chemical change, and this chemical change in here, as you can see, the chemical bonds in here is break in order to comply to another element. So that is the reason why it's create a new compound, a new mixture. Yeah, so we call this chemical chain. So the next things in here is heat up combustion. So what is heat up combustion? Heat of combustion. A combustion reaction involves oxygens and release energy as heat. The heat that is released is what we refer to as the heat of combustion. So combustion is a reaction which release the heat. So that is quite easy to understand this one, right? I hope so. I hope you will say yes. Move on. So the next part is enthalpy of formation. So this part let me struggle for a long time. And actually you don't need to go deeper in this part because it is all about the formula, all about the balance of this one. So in this one is much for calculate than to understand and to apply in the real life. So oh my gosh. So I will give you the formula of this one. You can have a look, take note if you wish, but I'm sure with you guys that we're not going through this one deeply because there's nothing special that you need to remember, that you need to calculate for this one, because it's too advanced for you guys, beginner. So the therapy of formation in here is, let me see, how can I explain for you and you can easily catch up with this. uh, it's like the amount of chain, no, so yeah, it's like the capacity, the chains of the uh, of the enthalpy 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 of the reactants and the production. So we will use the number of mole of the production, and here time to this one of a production, and minus to the mass time to these properties of reactants. So we will see the change, so how much the production change from the reactants. So the overview is that much, so you don't need to go deeply through this part. So the next section is the toxicity. The toxicity is, as you can see in the pictures, then you can easily guess that this is the capacity of a substance to poison. Poison in here is to harm, to get danger. So in here, I will give you the pictures for you so easily to imagine what exactly it is. It's harm to ourselves, and so when you see the mixture of compounds or elements, you will look at the chemical property about toxicity. Toxicity is, does it harm people to smell it, to eat it, to touch it? Does it harm us? Yes, if it's had the toxicity higher. So the final one is flammable. The flammable is the ability of matter to burn. Yeah, it's really easy, right? When matter burns, it complies with oxygen in the environment. So our atmosphere, the environment around us, is also always surrounded by the oxygen. So when something burns, it's always complying with the oxygen. So and changes to different substance. Definitely, when you burn sugar, it's not a sugar anymore. When it already burned, it will become another substance like coal. So it's really easy to understand. So when some elements is, it's hard to burn, it's hard to melt. So this is, they are mentioned about flammability. It's easy, right? So the example of that is wood. So when wood burn, it changes to ash, carbon dioxide, water, and other gases. It's quite easily for you guys. So in this first video, I really hope that you can understand all these words, and in the next video I hope that you will give me the ideas what to make, what to mention about. So thank you so much if you guys really into this video, and don't forget to subscribe and like for my videos if you really like it. And thanks for watching. See you next time.